Hi, welcome along to AFTV's Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with all the players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to the Arsenal. And of course, every day there's lots. And one player that's been featuring almost every day is Jackson Martinez. And again, news on the Martinez transfer to Arsenal. It's getting hotter and hotter. Will this actually happen? Of course, we'll have to wait and see, as is with all rumours circulating around Arsenal. But interestingly today, his representative, I'll just read it off here, his representative said that an unnamed club has activated his 25.8 million release clause, and a deal for Jackson Martinez, a deal may be done in days. So that's what his representatives are saying, that an unnamed club has activated his 25.8 million pound release clause, and could club be, the main clubs that are interested, top 30 games, Porto very well in the Champions League last year as well, on international duty at the moment with Colombia. Could this be Arsenal's one of Arsenal's first signings of the summer? Linked absolutely every day. No denials yet from the Arsenal Football Club. But is this the player that Arsene Wenger's after? There's been also rumours that Gonzalo Higuain, I was reading the piece today where Gonzalo Higuain has been, who's obviously has also been linked with Arsenal, where one of his friends was saying that, listen, he thinks he'll probably go to Arsenal. He can't see him going to Chelsea because when he was at Real Madrid, Jose Mourinho never used to want to play him. So Martinez, Higuain, who is that striker going to be if we do get a striker? But certainly the rumours on Jackson Martinez are still out there, and we're going to have to watch this space to see if that one happens. But the rumours still flying around on Jackson Martinez coming to Arsenal. Another player that's been getting heavily linked with Arsenal is Sevilla's Grzegorz Krychowiak. I hope I pronounced that right. No doubt a lot of our Polish people watching will tell me that I've pronounced it wrong. Please put me right. But he's a top player, defensive midfielder, plays for Sevilla, also Poland, of course. 25 years of age, played really well for Sevilla this season. Of course, Sevilla, winners of the Europa League, very, very good team. And he was one of the main components of that team. And of course, Arsene Wenger, he said that he's been looking at many different defensive midfielder targets like Schneiderlin, etc. But it seems like Krychowiak as well is on Arsenal's radar, is one of Arsene Wenger's sort of backup plans. And he has a £21 million release clause. And it said that Wenger may move for Krychowiak if he can't get Schneiderlin or one of his other defensive midfielder targets that he's having a look at the moment. So we're going to have to watch this space on that one and see what happens. But Krychowiak is apparently on his radar, which brings me on to a player that we've been talking about now for over a week, and that's Arturo Vidal, who of course has been linked with a move to Arsenal. We're being told again now that in many quarters that the Vidal deal to Arsenal is done. Vidal is coming to Arsenal. The fact that, looking at it, the fact that this is what a lot of people are citing now today, the fact that Juventus have gone out and signed Sami Khedira, and that's the first time I've mentioned his name this summer. I remember last summer, we all thought, well, I say we all thought, I thought, and a lot of others thought that Sami Khedira was going to be coming to Arsenal. It didn't happen. He ended up staying at Real Madrid. Really ridiculous deal by Madrid. And this is why a lot of times when players are in the last year of their contract, you're better off either just moving them on, selling them and cashing in. Because what he basically did, Khedira, is he stayed because he couldn't get the move he wanted, and because of the prices were too high that were being suggested. He ended up staying at Madrid, see out his contract. Now he can move on a free. And he's gone on a free now to Juventus. Real Madrid have made no money out of it. They got loads of money anyway, but they've made no money out of it. And Sami Khedira now has signed for Juventus. So this is where now the link is hotting up, and a lot of people are saying, well, hold on, if Khedira has gone to Juventus, then what happens to Vidal? Surely that means that Vidal is going to be on his way out, and that Vidal, you know, possibly could be making his way to Arsenal, where he'd be able to link up with his compatriot Alexis Sanchez, and that is where that link is really, really getting strong. So could Vidal be on his way to Arsenal, or could it just be that, you know, all right, it could be another player that's maybe on the way out? You know, I mean, could it be that they brought him in because maybe they're going to lose Pogba? You know, we really don't know. We're going to have to watch this space and see. But a lot of people suggesting that Vidal could be on his way to Arsenal. Also seen links today linking another one of those defensive trio at Juventus with a move. Could this be the player that's on his way out? And that's Claudio Marchisio. Marchisio, he's 30 years of age, top player. I thought he had an excellent Champions League final. He's got 1 year left. Again, same sort of situation as Sami Khedira. 1 year left on his deal. He hasn't yet signed a contract extension with Juventus, but as that picture that you're watching suggests, he really is, you know, Juventus player through and through. And, you know, I really can't see them not getting that deal done, because even when I was over in Berlin for the Champions League final, and I met a lot of Juve fans, and they were all singing Marchisio's praises. This was before the game. He's like one of those players, a bit like a Jack Wilshere would be at Arsenal. You know what I mean? They love him over there in Italy. They love him over there in Turin. And I just can't see them letting Marchisio go. I reckon that they'll get a deal done and Marchisio will stay at Juventus. So that linking him to Arsenal, I think, is more to do with, you know, there's a bit of uncertainty at the moment over his contract, but I really can't see that deal happening. But it's out there today, Marchisio linked with a move to Arsenal. Interesting one, this one again now. Yet again, another player, right since the start of, you know, these transfer programs, Petr Cech has been linked with a move to Arsenal. Petr Cech, of course, world-class goalkeeper. We all know he plays for Chelsea, 33 years of age. Very interesting today that L'Equipe newspaper, which is based over there in France, has come out and said that PSG, who were also heavily in for him, have said that, you know, they're no longer really looking at Petr Cech because Petr Cech is on his way to Arsenal. That is what apparently PSG are saying, and you know, they're more or less saying there's no point in us pursuing him right now because Cech is going to Arsenal, and it really, really is hotting up. Cech, of course, said that he's going to reveal his plans next week. I don't know about you guys. I think this will be a wonderful signing for Arsenal. Ospina did very well towards the end of the season. Szczesny, we all know that he had a great FA Cup final, but before that, he had a really indifferent season. Petr Cech's available. You cannot turn down a keeper of that quality. A keeper of that quality will keep you in many games that you shouldn't be in. And, you know, if that's going to happen, that could be one of Arsenal's first deals. I think that would be an incredible deal for Arsenal. Petr Cech, well, I told you yesterday that, you know, he said about, he was talking about having to uproot his family and move them. He's not very keen on doing that. So I'd really like to see that deal happen. One man, though, who may not want to see that happen is Mourinho, right? And we know Mourinho came out with his comment yesterday about, you know, he doesn't want to see Cech go, but it's not down to him, but he'll make it hard for any club that's signing him. And we've also been hearing, look at his smiling face, trust him to try and put a spanner in the works. We've also heard, right, that Mourinho's been out there saying that if Arsenal get Petr Cech, then he wants something back in exchange. And he's talking about Oxlade-Chamberlain or Theo Walcott going back in the other direction. Listen, Mourinho, go and do one. You ain't getting any of those two. I very much doubt that any of those will be moving anytime soon to Chelsea. But it's just like Mourinho to create mischief around it. But this is a deal that could happen. It could happen. As I said, L'Equipe, very respected French publication over there, saying that PSG no longer interested in Petr Cech because they look on it and say, what's the point? It's not worth it. He's going to Arsenal. Let's see if it happens. Let's see what comes out of that one. We know what Wenger's like. There's been many a deal that everybody's thought almost a dead cert, and then all of a sudden he changes his mind. We also know he's quite a loyal guy, and he might be thinking to himself, well, I'm going to stick with Ospina. I'm going to stick with Szczesny. I think that would be a big mistake if he let a player of that caliber not come to Arsenal, but we're going to have to wait and see what happens with that one. Let's just quickly get into some of your messages from yesterday. Thanks once again. I was looking at over 700 comments yesterday. It's absolutely unbelievable. Keep them coming. Rohan Sharma said, Cech and Martinez or Higuain, if they join Arsenal, he says, on one CDM or a DM, then we'll challenge for the Premier League and reach the Champions League final. That would be nice. Makes it sound easy, doesn't it? Visual VC says, it smells like the Sammy rumour from last year. That's the Petr Cech one. Of course, the Sammy Khedira rumour last year, very similar to the Petr Cech one in that, you know, it looked like he was going to move on. And all of a sudden he didn't. He ended up staying. It was really weird that he ended up staying at Real Madrid, especially when Arsenal was sort of looking for that sort of midfielder. So listen, you can never say never with these deals. We're just like talking about, you know, rumours. Another one here. Lydia says, I honestly don't think we will get a new striker. We don't necessarily need one. Giroud had a decent season. He scored 18 goals and would probably have gotten more if he hadn't been injured. Alex Francis says, I hated Giroud a couple of seasons ago, but the man is improving every season. He might not dribble past players, but he will score 25 goals in the Premier League next season. Mortiza says, Robbie, what has happened to Christian Bielik? Where's he disappeared to? That's true. Bielik, of course, who was signed in January, defensive midfielder. I think, again, with Bielik, he's a young player. He's going to have to learn his trade, isn't he? He could be the sort of player that and you know, you might see him a couple of times maybe in the League Cup this season. You probably may see him go out on loan to get some football, but he's a young top prospect, and we're going to have to wait and see. He's still very young. So we'll have to wait and see what happens with him. No way is Wenger going to spend. This is Raven Ghost 123 says, no way is Wenger going to spend £25 million on a 29-year-old. He's talking about Jackson Martinez there. He says, dream on, guys. He says, we're better off going for Lacazette, who's 24. A lot of the rumours seem to be pointing towards Lacazette going to Paris Saint-Germain. PSG, of course, got the money. Of course, he was excellent over there in France in La Liga, in League One last season. So, you know, Lacazette looks like he could be on his way there. We're going to have to wait and see. These are the rumours. They're coming in, they're coming in, they're coming in each and every day. But two of the hottest rumours, as I said, at the moment, Jackson Martinez to Arsenal and also Petr Cech. Maybe next week we'll get to find out if one of those deals will actually happen. Thanks for watching Transfer Daily today. We will be back tomorrow at the same time.